It's a beautiful Monday here in the city of Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. That's where we are reaching you from. And this is the Newspaper Review on Tab TV. My name is William Sabule, and I'm really happy to have you join us here on this very fine 27th day of November 2022. And with me here on the program is Mr. Victor Sioku.
Thank you,
welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for always making it here.
Yeah.
Hope your weekend was great, though.
Yeah, it was great, and I watched you over the weekend
Okay.
during the commissioning of
yes.
Mr. Project commissioning
As
the
in,
road at Rubakulusi.
Rubakulusi community,
So
not
how was
just
it
very
out
far.
there?
Well, I can say it was a very interesting scenery. The people of Rubakulusi community were really excited because their internal roads have been refurbished. Now you can move freely, and there's been a lot of link roads for them, roads that you cannot really pass. You have to take a longer route to get to destination. Now you have, link roads where you can just drive through the community, and they were really excited about what the governor has done for them. And yeah,
and I saw them showcasing their masquerade.
Oh yeah, a lot of cultural display to welcome the governor. And the highlight for me was the governor's response to former governor of River State, the person of Rotimi Amechi. The governor doesn't just come out to commission projects. He uses that avenue to always respond to national issues and here and there. And on that day, he just kept at it, kept on throwing words, calling the former governor a Costa child and all of that. And so many things, compared his projects to that of the governor. And, it was quite an interesting commissioning. And thank God it was peaceful and the people were happy. That's the most important thing. And sure. I must commend him for continuous development of the state. Today, again, he's out there commissioning a new structure for the Nigerian police force. So, yeah, Governor Wike is doing a lot in the state in terms of infrastructural development. I'm saying what I could see or what I can see and report on. I don't know of other things, but I know that infrastructurally, he has been doing very well. So over the weekend, that's one of the activities I embarked on. And then, of course, I stayed back at home and I watched the World Cup. Yes, very interesting match between Spain and Germany.
Yeah.
Well, it was quite a battle. And it was very much entertaining to watch. Both sides played very good football, even though it ended on as a draw.
Yeah.
Yes, and we'll look forward.
So, what do you make out of the African teams?
For me, their performance is a bit poor. Not a bit, it's poor. Even though we have been able to win one match.
But come on, didn't you see Senegal? Didn't you see
yes, that's what
Morocco yesterday?
Yes. Okay, Morocco also won their match.
Yeah.
And they are picking up. And when I saw the game of Senegal, Senegal gave it their all. And I was even surprised that they could win that match. But kudos to all of them. And we also hope that they continue to pick up and move. We want to see the African teams in the next phase. We don't want them all to, fall out from this first stage. We hope to see them in the next phase. So we're looking up to that. The matches are coming up very much interesting and getting tougher. So if you're not watching the World Cup, I'm sure you're missing a lot.
But I think I like so much faith in Cameroon. I don't know what might happen to them today. And
Ghana too is there too. We don't really know their fate because of their first performance. For me, it felt as if they didn't put in enough. But then let's hope and believe that these matches that they will play today, they will do better. We're hoping to see the African teams in the next place. That's my wish for them, though. All right, for today, we are going into the business of taking headlines across newspapers around Nigeria. So if you're just watching this is not a football show. We're just doing a recap of how our weekend went. But then here, we take the headlines across newspapers, and we'd love to have you participate by dropping your comments and reactions on the comment section. Let's know what you think about the headlines we'll be reading out very shortly. Without wasting time, let's go to the headlines for today, the 27th of November, 2022. And we'll begin with This Day newspaper. On this day here, it says, stakeholders extol OVA as Zenith names iconic Unilag alumni building in honor of late Ibidapo Obe. All right, so do well to pick up a copy of This Day. That's where you get the details. Moving downwards, you see Tinubu is a comedian, says Atiku. Calls for his replacement. Well, if you need to get details, you know where to go. The main headline on this day here, it says Adeleke assumes office, abolishes state of Osun, reverses Oyetola's appointments. Remember, the governor appointed some, workers few days to the inaugurations, and now the incoming is already canceling those appointments. Right under that headline, we see as other sub-headlines, it says freezes all government accounts, promises to correct past injustices, corrupt acts, bad policies. PDP governors congratulate new Osun helmsman, welcome him to forum. Ex-governor explains how he sustained state with borrowing, pays 97 billion naira out of inherited debt, leaves over 14 billion naira in cash. PDP governors congratulate Adeleke, welcome him to forum. All right, let me come to you because we need to actually go over this inauguration. Oyetola, I'm sure he has had this for a long time coming, and yesterday must have been one of the best days of his life. And also, we get to see Davido for the first time in a very long time after he lost his son. This is the first time he's making a public appearance, and well, he looked normal. He looked normal, like he's carrying himself well, and so it was a good sight. But aside that, he didn't take up the the whole joy of the governor, because you could see all smiles of the new governor, as it were, and a lot of activities. So, would you like to go over that inauguration?
Yeah, in Igbo, let me start with the Davido thing. In Igbo, they say they can see somebody and say, okay, Onyaji, Apa George, Emechio, Akofowa, meaning that somebody will use this our traditional attire to cover up what is really happening in the inside. Okay, I saw the video. Yes, he was all looking good, but that's good. That goes out to every Nigerian out there. Many Nigerians are going through a lot. Is it by family? Is it by finance? One way or the other, we are going through a lot. Okay, just over the weekend, we had the news of Sammy Osun.
The death of that veteran artist.
Yes, yes.
How would I put it? Veteran gospel artist.
Yes, yes. And I don't know whether you saw the video of the Koza.
Yeah, I saw a picture of the headman of Koza. That's Pastor Biodun. Yeah, Pato Ibo. And the new, I don't know how to call that look. His physique has really changed, and that has elicited a lot of reactions from Nigerians, calling him names and, of course, passing judgment, saying all sorts about the man, which I think is very unfair of them, because people go through a lot, not because he's a pastor and that has made him less a human. A lot happens to men of God too, just like every other human being. So he must have been going through. We don't know what's happening to him though, even though it looked as if he's not maybe fine health-wise, but even if that is the case, it's a phase, and we believe it will pass. And it doesn't give anybody any right to pass any judgment on him or anything. Rather, I believe that they should pray for him. Whether you like it or not, he has affected some lives, even though some people say, oh, he was a bad man at some point and all of that. But then, believe it or not, his position has availed him the opportunity to affect lives, and he has done so. He doesn't deserve any criticism of any sort from the people that are doing so, and I feel it's very unfair on him. Yeah.
So thank you for that. So going forward, we find out that people go through a lot. Okay, and yesterday was just part of it. Okay, so if you are out there and you're killing yourself down there because of one thing or the other, please hold yourself tight. Okay, we are all into this together. Okay, and I pray that any challenges we are facing right now, God will come through to us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. We all need that prayer.
Okay. So aside that, now to the Osun State having a new governor. Okay. Just like you mentioned, Oyetola did some, will I say, some strange thing. Okay. Why would you just days or few weeks to the end of your tenure, you are now employing persons? Okay. Where were you back then? Are you getting that? Okay. Even down to their local government heads, they conducted what do you call it? Election. Local government election on the 15th of October. And you know that, see, this is a new government that is coming in, not just even APC government. It is another party altogether. Why would you be conducting a fresh election just within weeks to your will I say eviction or your end of stay?
From office,
okay, so yes, Ademola Adeleke, the new governor of Osun State, had to come and trash all those had to trash all those positions and called for the immediate replacement by the oldest members of each local government office. Any highest official there should take charge, and all those local government chairmen should stay aside. Okay, the Punch reported about 69 of them, 69 local government about that. So, well, he has started his new position, and I wish him all the best.
Yeah.
He should go back. In fact, he had a very lengthy speech which tapmedia.com published. Very lengthy inaugural speech. I want him to go back and follow all those promises word by word. 4 years is just around the corner.
Yeah.
He should not go there and just relax, because
thinking he has all the time.
People will come out for him if he does not meet up to all those utterances. Okay, the files are there waiting for him in the next 4 years, just like what is happening to the current government of the APC. Okay, so I wish him all the best, and I pray that in the next 4 years, people of Ogun State must have, will I say, received the impact of Ademola.
Yeah, also, I wish him all the best too, and we hope that, yes, he's one of the new breeds that Nigeria is looking up to. Like, he is going to run his government different from what every other government has brought to the table. So we're hoping that, yes, the new crop of governors or leaders that we're going to have in this new dispensation should actually have a different approach to governance, as it were, generally, because Nigeria and Nigerians have gone through a lot in the hands of governments, and it really hasn't favored us in any way. And so we're hoping that at this time, it will be a different field. So we're hoping to see that. Best of luck to Ademola Adeleke, the new governor of Osun State. All right, we'll move on to other stories, but we're going to go to Nigerian News Direct as our next paper. And we see here as headlines, assumption of office, Adeleke kicks off, freezes Osun government accounts. All right, we also see as headline here, fuel crisis, black market takes over major Nigerian cities as scarcity worsens. High scarcity range more in Lagos, Calabar. Desperate consumers bear brunt of scarcity. Hike in transport fare. Product sales high as 500 naira per litre. We are collaborating with NNPCL to improve distribution. Man speaking there. Page 2 is where you get details of all of that story. We also see pictures of Ademola here, during his inauguration and all of that. So I'm going to come to you, Mr. Victor. This fuel crisis is here again. It seems to me as if every December or towards the end of every year, this is becoming a normal thing that happens here in Nigeria, that you will see scarcity in most of the major cities in Nigeria. This time around, it's hitting hard in Abuja, Lagos, and here in Port Harcourt. In Port Harcourt here, we've had this seeming scarcity for almost maybe 2 months now, where we have been buying fuel for above 200 naira per litre. I bought over the weekend 250 per litre, and that's an all-time high for me. And so a lot of questions are being raised as to why, if the government is trying to, take off subsidy, if this is some kind of move by the government to test Nigerians on how they will, be able to sustain themselves if the subsidy is removed, then they should just go ahead and remove it. Because if we cannot be suffering this, and they say they subsidize petrol at a very high rate at the expense of Nigerians, yet we are paying so much for the product. How do you react to this story?
Okay, it's a sad one, especially now that every other commodity is high.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can't also take it away from the marketers. Marketers also want to make their profits. Like what they were saying, that obtaining forex has been a big issue in this country. Okay, now, and you know that the oil business is a forex business, forex-based business. So you can imagine bringing in a vessel. Okay, let's say, for instance, a mother vessel, that's the very big ones, comes into the shores like Atlas Cove. It dispenses into smaller vessels that then now goes closer to these tank farms. Okay, now that transaction from the mother to the smaller ones to Atlas Cove, we are talking about dollars here. So how do these people get dollars to pay these international partners? That is a big issue right now. Dollar is around between 750 and 800 naira. how do these people now put it inside the product and make profit? So as it stands right now, even in Port Harcourt, these depots, they charge up to 200 naira, 205 for you to buy. Sometimes down to 210. So that's why you see 230, 250. And at the end of the day, you know that even transporting from the depot down to your fuel station, you must put consideration of diesel. Diesel is expensive at the same time. So you find that this is more like a chain reaction. Just like you mentioned, enough is enough. If we can be buying 250 naira,
we can buy 400.
We can buy 400, which is right now they are saying that is the amount if the subsidy is being removed. That will be the amount that will. Please, if that will just
if it's going to create some level of stability in the system, then we don't look. I've been buying 250 for quite a while now, and at first I thought I will never in my life be able to buy that. But I've been buying that, and life has continued. In fact, I'm even adjusting myself to the fact that okay, now I used to fuel my car per day with like 2,500 or 3,000 naira because I drive a Toyota Corolla, which doesn't really consume so much, fuel. But then I have now adjusted myself to say, okay, it's no longer 250. You now buy like 3,500 or 4,000, depending on how your movement will be for the day. So if I'm beginning to make that kind of calculation, I'm sure that a lot of Nigerians are already doing that. So what is the need of making us pay so high when the subsidy is still being paid for by the government? We never for once thought that Nigerians would be paying for fuel at this very high rate, even though the government claims that Nigeria is one of the countries that pays the lowest in terms of fuel consumption. They are comparing Nigeria to some other African countries where if in terms of price comparison, they are buying up to like 700 naira per liter. But we produce oil, for Christ's sake. We even export it and import it back. So the process, it's painful to think that we have this product in abundance within or around us, yet we pay so high price for it. And so we are hoping that the government will look into this, especially this festive period that a lot of people will be traveling. I heard from some reports that price of flight had gone up to over 100,000 for one way. And that's so much. It means that a lot of people will not be able to travel by air, so by roads. And even by the roads, the price have doubled. And we don't know, when we enter the new week in December, we don't know what the price would sound like. But then, for now, I think the economy has beaten hard enough on most of us. Adding more fire or adding more fuel to the fire, it's really not fair to Nigerians. So the government should act fast. At least make the product available. Let's know that we are dealing with price differences. But the product is not even available, and the price is so high at the moment. So it's quite a troubling time for oil marketers and, of course, the general public. All right, we're going to go into our last paper for the day, and that will be the Daily Sun. But let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the newspaper review here on TAP TV.
Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
All right, you're welcome back from that very short break. Thank you for staying with us up to this time. Hope you are subscribed to this channel. If you haven't, do well to click on your subscribe key. Don't forget, you can also turn on your notification because that helps you to get notified whenever we'll come up with a new episode of our program here on TAP TV. All right, without wasting time, let's go into our last paper for today, and that will be Daily Sun for today, the 27th of November, 2022. And on Daily Sun here, we see fuel scarcity persists as filling stations ration product. That is on page 25 of the Daily Sun. Moving downward, it says CJN swears in 62 lawyers today as SAN. All right, that story you find on page 3 of the Daily Sun newspaper. As a main headline, we see power show at National Assembly. 2 clerks emerge as outgoing one refuses to vacate office. 2 clerks emerge as outgoing one refuses to vacate office. We also see IGP orders CPs to strategize, protect INEC offices. Orders. That story you find on page 5 of the Daily Sun. Downwards here, we see Governor Adeleke assumes office, pledges to correct injustices in Osun, cancels 11th hour appointment by outgone governor, names SSG, COS, and CPS. All right, get details of all of this on page 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. All right, Mr. Victor, I'm going to just put it to you to just do a political roundup, even though this story is calling my attention, the one of partial National Assembly. I wonder what's going on up there. All right.
Okay, no, the clerk. Well, this is just power toss or happening.
Yeah.
Two persons want to be clerk, and the clerk is time is off, and they are just they are just playing hard politics on each other right there. This is just about few months to this is about 90 something days for a new positions to be getting jiggled and ready. Okay. But yeah, for the political roundup, I think it's a comic one coming from the APC. In fact, we need to discuss that.
They are loggerheads. You have the PDP calling the APC names, the APC calling the PDP names, and it's been
APC calling Labour names.
Oh,
it's just like a chain reaction going on here. So what happened there? We know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was at Baramatu in Delta State.
Yeah.
He went to see the ruler there, and he made some utterances. One of the utterances that he made that was directed to P2B, saying that P2B and his statistics, that he does not understand those statistics, and that he cannot even mention his name. That is an embarrassment mentioning his name. Okay, that aside. That's for the Labour Party, right? Then he went head on with Atiku, saying that that Nigeria should make sure that they retire Atiku this 2023. So that he's been coming and coming. When he comes out, when he fails, he goes back to his domain, which you know now, in quotes, Dubai.
Yeah.
He goes back to his domain, comes back again. That how many times will he run for this position? That Nigeria should make sure that they retire that 76-year-old man in 2023. Okay, that's that aside. Then let me start with the response from the PDP, which came from an aide, Pascal or some one of the PCC person. The person has said that Tinubu should be a comedian. I'm not trying to cause any harm with any of these three strong men. But he came out to say, see, Tinubu is supposed to be a comedian. That why is it that whenever he comes out to make a statement, that he's always making content for TikTokers, Instagram, content developers, and the co. Because he came out the last time, and instead of to mention PVC, he called PVC APV. So he told his supporters, go and get APV to vote for APC. Well,
because remember the PDAPC episode too, and that was just last week or 2 weeks ago. And we also had the town hall we cannot make anything out of what he was trying to say, but to understand what he was saying.
So the last one, sorry, I'm just laughing.
Yeah, okay? But then these are funny times. Yeah, they are.
So the last one that the aide mentioned was about him, which we already know. This one is old, which he said that he's going to recruit 15 million Nigerians to the army. Okay, that they will be eating cassava in the morning and abado in the evening. That one also turned everybody haywire. Well, those are his points, his manifestos, what he wants to do for Nigeria. It's not left for Nigeria to say, okay, this is our leader, we want to vote for him. Okay. Then for the Labour Party, they also replied to him, but I think in a subtle way, because they say that he does not have, he might not understand these statistics because he might not be knowledgeable enough to know that. Well, that's policy for you. But down to the basis, these are also sentimentals. Okay? We should also, as Nigerians, okay, go back to our thinking rooms and make sure that we are choosing the right candidate, not by sentiments, please, but by antecedents, by character, by value.
Very true.
Okay, come 2023. Because at the end of the day, it still boils down to one man, one vote. you might be saying, like somebody that I met, and he told me that in this 2023 election, that no matter what, the candidate, he mentioned the candidate, I don't want to mention the candidate here. He mentioned that the candidate, that he will go and vote for that candidate, not minding whether the person will come last position. Because what he wants to clear his conscience. He wants to make sure that he votes the capable person come 2023. Yeah. Not by sentiment, not by people pushing him around, that he feels that this particular candidate is the rightful candidate and he's going to vote, not minding whether his vote will help the person win the election or not. Yeah. Okay, so I beg Nigerians to have that level of conviction. And make sure that they vote not just by sentiment.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And as we draw closer to the election time, that's the kind of orientations that we should have. Pick out a candidate. We always say it here on the show, keep your ears open, open your eyes, and of course, you will hear these people speak at rallies and all of that. You'll be able to decide, where your vote should go to. So don't allow yourself to be influenced by sentiments, whether religious or ethnic or whatever it is. Don't allow yourself to be influenced by that. Make sure you open your eyes and your ears to hear and also see the activities of these people and then make a decision out of it, because we need it. You need it. All this shout about, fuel prices going to heaven, the economy biting hard, so many, difficulties in our system at the moment. All of that can be eased off. We're not saying it can be taken away just like that, because it's not a miracle thing. It will take a process and it can be eased off after some time if we make the right decision. Else, you have to brace up yourself for another round of, plenty difficulties. But for today, that's all we'll be taking. I want to thank you, Mr. Victor, for always making it here. And to our viewers, thank you for staying with us up to this very time. But that's all for today. Make sure you join us tomorrow as we bring you a new episode of the program, The New Super Review. Till next time, you stay well and stay safe.